Good morning to everyone that is viewing this at this time. I'm Daryl Virginia Dennis and couldn't be more excited to be able to spend some time with you today and then very soon in the future. So, have you ever wondered, let's take Nikola Tesla. Do you know how we're now talking so much about him still? And I think it was something like 1906. He was interning under Thomas Edison. So, so what was in 1906, right? There wasn't electricity or that was being worked on. And then there wasn't light bulbs, there was candles and there was horses and buggies and, all of that. I mean, the technology was minimal. So what caused Tesla to just be in his room and then see words in the air, his language? Words in the air, what does that mean? How can you see words in the air when there isn't even technology to do anything about it if there were words in the air? That became the radio, which Marconi took credit for by utilizing the patents that Tesla did. And it was only a few years ago that he regained credit for that. And also, check it out. They're these cell phones. This is words in the air. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine? So where would he get that information? Stephen Jobs too talks about this. It's like through process, in his case, of meditation and vegetarian food, etc., which is consuming live food, high frequency food and all that. So he talked about accessing this other dimension. So when I was fascinated by these guys. And then I was like, wow, how cool that must be to access. And then organizations like HeartMath came out, and organizations like Noetic Science. Noetic Science came from Apollo 14 astronaut, Dr. Edgar Mitchell. And when he was coming back from Apollo 14 to the Earth, he connected with the frequencies in the universe. And the way he described it, out of his own words, it was a bliss-like state. As a scientist, he's never felt before. And the field, quantum field, had vast knowing. Past, present, future, vast knowing. And so when he came back from that flight, Apollo 14, after 13, imagine the courage of that. And when he came back, he said to his science colleagues, he said, this knowing is so real, science simply has to get involved in what is this knowing. So he created an organization called Noetic Science. Noetic is Greek for knowing. What's knowing? So they refer to it as intuitive intelligence. Intuition is referred to as knowing without knowing how you know. Well, where does that information come from? Guess what I discovered as a regular person? I want this for all the regular people on the planet, because my misinterpretation of this information is that it was somehow reserved for geniuses only. And guess what I found out? No, it is not. It's not an IQ issue, intelligence quotient issue. It's an alignment issue. Okay, an alignment issue, what does that mean? Well, what did Stephen Jobs and Tesla have in common? Their fundamental intent, Tesla especially, starting when he was like 6, was to improve the quality of life for humanity on this earth. Well, guess what I discovered? That intent is so high state frequency of value to improve the life of others, that frequency is so high, you automatically plug into the highest states in the quantum field. Well, guess what regular people like you and me can do? We can do exactly that same thing with our higher state frequency. So I wrote a book on this subject called Quantum Living, Moving at the Speed of Life, for regular people like you and me. Like, how do you actually access those higher state frequencies that the geniuses do? And check it out. One of the things Einstein said, strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. When we are now, why would he choose those words? Because when we're of value to others and we're of value to situations to benefit others, that's a high state frequency. And guess what shows up all by itself without any doing? Intuitive intelligence and intuition. Intuition is knowing without knowing how you know. Intuition is also tailored designed for each individual. That's a flawless match for why they were born, why they came here, what is their destiny, what is their mission. It's always connected to that. And the intuitive information source keeps us on track and keeps us in qualities available to fulfill our destiny, our purpose. So what I've done, and I'm really wanting this for you, is I have now translated how does all of this cool information about accessing higher states of intelligence and intuition, and how do you actually do that in simple, plain language and put it in application of business. How do we grow our business utilizing these quantum physics principles? So that's what we're doing. We're doing the first one because the book is hopefully going to be done by December 1st and on the market, meaning available. It's really tight, but it's possible. So I spoke with the editor, I should say interacted with the editor of the email, and you know what she said? I heard an hour ago, or wrote an hour ago, this book is astonishing, beautiful, and very valuable. Valuable meaning of value for people. I couldn't believe my eyes in reading that, because she's a tippity top quality editor and doesn't flatter. I've done another book with her. She's like, this one needs work. I mean, she's really honest. I love that about her. So this book speaks to the future that's here now. Quantum is here now. The era is here now, but people don't quite understand what it is and how does it work and what does it mean and what do I do and how do I work with it and how do I live in a quantum sea? I mean, what's that about? Anyway, so December 1 in Denver, Colorado, we're doing an all-day workshop specific on how you apply these quantum physics principles to your business. And it's going to be absolutely astounding. So with that said, please reach out and connect with me as soon as you can. We have limited seating. It'll be December 1st and December 2nd, 8:30 to 3:30, registration at 8. But to please reach out to me. My cell phone number is 720-232-9080. And my email address is Darylle, DARYLLE @valuevsforce.com. And then the website is valueversusforce.com, valuevsforce.com. And there's more information about that, location, all of it. I am so passionate about the regular people like you and me having access to these higher states that are available for all, but no one told us it's a vibrational frequency match issue. Like a radio station, I can't hear certain radio music on the radio unless my frequency is matching the transmitter. It's got to match or I don't get the, but you know what? Once you match the frequency, it shows up. I didn't have to do any more doing. All I had to do was match the frequency. This is exactly the same in working with the quantum field in ways that are astounding. And every single thing I'm teaching, I've lived firsthand and know for sure. And I can't wait to share it with you. So with that, I hope to see you on December 1st, 2022 in Denver, Colorado, or December 2, 2022, because your life will not be the same, but it will be freer, more abundant, lighter, more joyful, playful, fulfilling. All of it is what you can expect that day. 100% on this. I give you my absolute heart, soul, and vow. Hope to see you there. See you soon.